The last year, this past year, I lived with my roommate Josh, who he was a religion major, but also he was, from what I saw, he was a good Christian, and I wasn't, of course, but I was always eager to talk about things that were theological or just about Christianity itself. And I mean, we'd be going to bed at night, and he'd be on the top bunk, I'd be on the bottom, and we would just talk about how do you believe in something like Jesus Christ and God? How do you believe in a God that has put so many cultures and so many unique human beings on this earth, and say that, well, this religion is the one true religion, and then this way of life is the one true way of life? And it's questions like that I always struggled with. And it's like the whole time his influence and through him sharing the gospel and all this theology that he learned, it was like subconsciously guiding me to where I needed to be. I mean, ultimately it was my decision, but it's like that whole time I always felt like something was missing. I always wondered about Jesus Christ and God. Like, should I believe? Is it real? Is it not real? Towards the end of last year, from what I understand, like throughout the summer, he would just text me and be like, "Man, look, I'm really praying for you. I just want you to know that God's gonna make a change in your life one day, and I'm really hoping for you to see Him one day. Open up your heart to Him." And at the beginning of the year, Josh would just pray for me constantly. People around him would just pray for me constantly. The power of prayer works. Believe me, it works. These past 2 weeks, I've gone from sitting on the fence about it and thinking to myself how I need to make a decision. I need to, either I do it or I don't. I'm sick of this not knowing. And then finally, one day after a rehearsal, I'm a theater major, and after rehearsal for one of our productions, I called him. I was like, "Hey, what are you up to?" "Oh, I'm at Campus Link." "You know what? Yeah, I'll go," because I'll go to church with them every now and then. But I went to church, and they were worshiping, and I was singing, and I was like, I was in tears, and I was angry. I was like, I'm sick of living like this. I'm sick of not knowing what or what. If you want me to live like this, then show me. I give you my life. Fine, I'm done with it. I give you my life. And as I was saying that, Josh had to get out because he was praying to God, asking God for me to show, for Him to reveal Himself to me. So many other people were praying for me, and it's like that night I said it. It's like I got past the mental block that was stopping me, just that the tiny bit that was keeping me on the fence. I was done with it, and I said, "God, you have my life. It's not my life anymore, it's yours." And it's like, as I was saying those words, it just broke out of me. I can't put it into words, but it's like finally admitting to it, finally saying it. I believed it. Nobody else put the words in my mouth. Nobody else shoved me down and said, "Believe in Christ." I came to it, and it was the most joyous thing I can't even describe it. In the matter of an hour, I've heard people say that they were on fire. I was on fire. I felt this love, and it just, it was beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful. And I owe it to God. I owe it to the people who prayed for me, and I need to thank God every day that it happened to me. If there is anybody that you want to find the Lord, yes, we have to go out and praise His name every day, no matter how scared we are. If we don't have enough courage in ourselves to do it, we have to ask God for that courage. But also, you need some alone time with God and just pray for them. It'll happen. It will happen. I am a living, breathing example of that. I could never do any of this without him, and it's not like I just have him when I wake up. I have to desire. Well, I do have him when I wake up every morning, but there's that desire for him, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. No words. No, there are no words.